It's your boy P Camp. So Malika Andrews is back at it again, being disrespectful to black men. Look, y'all remember when she was on Stephen A. Smith's show with the whole MAU Doka thing. She was trying to check him on his own show being disrespectful, and he stopped her in her tracks. She didn't forget that, and I'm going to play a clip that shows you why.
And we're coming off college hoops, guys. Yeah. So I do want to show you all a little something. I got a little something to show you here. Before we dig into the NBA, take a look at this blind resume here. It's 3 players. Their scoring average in each person's final college season. Do we have any guesses who this might be? Jalen, who do you think? What is this?
Nah, this is hilarious. JJ's on the right.
It's our starting lineup from tonight.
Well, they're not telling us I only played one game because I cracked my kneecap in half, but that's neither here nor there.
That is neither here nor there. Let's get
straight out the gate. I just want to ask, who did you dunk on, Malika? I'll wait. Who did you cross up in college? Did you even play college ball? Did you even, did you play high school ball? And I'm not saying that you have to be a ball player to do sports analysis. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, since you're bringing up this thing that's in question, I don't believe that you're athletically inclined. While you putting everybody else's stats up on the board of the starting lineup, you're part of the lineup. Where your stats at? You don't have none. You know what I'm saying? You don't have none. And if you did, they probably wouldn't be significant anyway, because ain't nobody watching women play basketball. WNBA, just sorry. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, people getting tired of watching is Malika Andrews be disrespectful to people on to black men as she's in her workplace. Now, she's currently dating a white man, and I believe she dates white men exclusively. Don't quote me on that. So it gives you a little bit of insight and perspective on the way and the reasoning why she might be acting out like this. But she takes every chance she gets. That exchange that Stephen A. had with her back when we were discussing the NBA Doka situation, she never forgot it. And because it was his show, she had to shut her mouth and stop being disrespectful, because she want to come on his show. We are not going to talk about disrespecting, you know what I'm saying? And he like, first things, I don't like what you're insinuating, and you're not going to tell me what I'm going to do on my show. She didn't like that. And now she brings this as some people could say it's a jokey joke, a little laughing thing, but I'm just saying, we can laugh about it. But when you add to the context to the situation, it makes a difference. But she doesn't like adding context to the situation. You can see that in the MAU Doka case. You can see that in the Joe Mazzulla case, when she brought up something that happened to Joe Mazzulla. Joe Mazzulla is 30-something years old, 34, 35 years old, now head coach of the Celtics. She brings up a underage drinking count on Joe Mazzulla, right? No context. Or when you add context to the situation that he was never arrested for it or never charged for it, but she doesn't have any interest in adding context to the situation. She just wants to bring up something to embarrass you publicly in front of the world. Same thing she did with the Adrian Payne, the basketball player that died, that was from MSU. He dies, right? And her first order of business in his death was not to discuss the fact that he was trying to protect another black woman. It was to discuss the fact that he had a SA charge brought up on him back in 2010, which he never recovered from, even though it was unproven or the charges were dismissed, right? She has no interest in bringing context to the situation. She just wants to embarrass another black man, even in death. And I'm just saying, this is what she's doing here today again. You know what I'm saying? Because if you compare the stats, okay, we talked about what you're doing as far as your college hoop career, which you didn't have. You didn't hoop at all. But let's talk about where you at in the standings of journalism and sports. I believe you're lower than Stephen A. in the pecking order. I mean, Stephen A. is the top dog right now as far as people getting paid for doing what he does. I don't even listen to Stephen A. that often. The best in the game to me is Shannon Sharp and Skip. But it's really Shannon Sharp because I just enjoy the way his takes on things and the way that he talks about a lot of things. But I enjoy Stephen A. Smith sometimes too, just in smaller doses. But Malika Andrews just irritates my soul sometimes. And it's not because I don't want to see a woman succeed in this profession. It's because she doesn't want to see black men succeed in any profession, it seems like. She takes joy in taking a dig at black men whenever she gets the chance. Stephen A. Smith is not known to be a basketball player. He's known to be a sports analyst, a TV personality. In sports, I believe he's the top dog as far as pay goes. TV personality, a different story. But in sports, journalists, he's shutting it down. And I believe Malika Andrews was very irritated by the fact that she had to be quiet as he checked her on his own show, knowing the pecking order of things, right? So this was her moment to take a dig back at him. And mind you, he checked her respectfully, and he was correct in doing so. But women don't like when you say the obvious when they're out of order. And listen, black women, let me take a minute to say this. I love y'all. I love y'all. From the bottom of my heart, I care for y'all. I love y'all. I want to see y'all do well. This is why I tend to critique black women the way that I do. I critique black women. I critique black men. I critique everything, honestly. But I want to specifically focus in on black women in this moment to say it's out of love. I'm tired of seeing our women twerking and using their bodies just, like that's the only thing we're good for. I'm tired of seeing our women promoting WAP every chance they get. I'm tired of seeing our women being loud and disrespectful and ratchet at all times, like this is the only form of women that is to be seen coming from us. Like we don't have more respectable women. But then on the more intellectual side of the game, when you have a respectable intellectual woman like Malika Andrews, I'll give her that. She worked hard to get where she is. But it makes me very angry and irritated to see her demean and disrespect and undercut black men every chance she gets. You done let these feminists, these white feminists, convince you of all these talking points about your own men. We keep hearing them say these talking points about men, but the stats prove otherwise. They always saying that ain't no good black men, or we always run into white women. But the stats say black men marry black women more than anything else. So first and foremost, stop lying on us and put some respect on our name and love us the way that we need to be loved. And we want to love you the way you need to be loved. I'm critical of black women. I'm critical of everything on this channel. I criticize a whole lot of stuff that I think we need to do better as people. I criticize myself. I criticize black men, white men, Asian men, whatever man that is doing wrong or doing something that can be bettered, I'm probably going to talk about it. And I do the same for women. So don't take it personally and know that I'm speaking out of a place of love, but I just find it very irritating that women like Malika Andrews, as intelligent as they are and as hard as they have worked, have bought into this white is right potion, and they keep taking every chance they get to, on national TV, undercut black men. And I don't understand it. I will not understand it. I will not allow it. When I see it, I'm going to call it out. The same way that y'all call out the terrible baby daddies that y'all got. And I do admit it's some ratchet baby daddies out here that ain't taking care of their kids and ain't caring for their kid. I call that out as well. But if you're going to call that out, I'm just saying, you can't throw the whole batch of apples away because one's spoiled. Don't buy into this potion and this ideology that all black men are bad and we ain't no good, and keep taking digs at us to appease your white bosses. There's still some good men left in this world. Just like I know it's some good black women out there. And I love y'all to death. But I'm just saying, out of love, we have to do better. We have to be better. And that's the reason I speak to y'all, because I care. I speak to black women and black men in the manner that I do in my videos because I care about how we portraying each other. I care about how the young brothers are portraying our black men. We ain't just all drug dealers and rappers and gangbangers and pants sagging down our ankles and drinking lean and popping Molly and murdering and kidnapping and killing folk. That's not all of us, but that's some of us. It's part of our history. I get it, but I wish that we would take a minute to try to mature and show our children something better than just that. Our kids need to see another route to success other than being ratchet on TV or being a rapper or a basketball star. We need to show other areas. And we need to, most of all, show us trying to be better to each other. But I don't believe Malika Andrews is really going to buy into this, considering her track record. But hey, it's your boy P. Camp. I'm just speaking on it. You tell me what you think, what you don't think. Get at your boy.